Number 64, solving rational equations. Your essential question: how do we solve rational equations? So, our first method for solving rational equations is cross multiplying. Many of you love cross multiplying. You can call it cross multiplying, you can call it finding the cross product, whatever the case may be. How do you know when you're supposed to cross multiply? You are going to cross multiply when you have a rational expression on the left, a rational expression on the right, and an equal sign in the middle. I'll say that again. You will cross multiply when you have a rational expression on the left, a rational expression on the right, and an equal sign in the middle. So in this particular problem, we have 3 over x plus 1 is equal to 9 over 4x plus 5. So I am going to cross multiply. It doesn't matter which side you do first, it makes no difference. So we have 3 over x plus 1 is equal to 9 over 4x plus 5. So I'm going to cross multiply, which means to multiply the numerator of one rational function by the denominator of the other rational function. So that's going to give us 3 times 4x plus 5 is equal to 9 times x plus 1. And then from here, I'm just going to do regular distributive property. So 3 times 4x gives me 12x, and 3 times 5 gives me 15. And that's equal to 9 times x, which is 9x, and then 9 times 1, which is 9. I see that my larger x is the 12x, so I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides. So that's going to give me 3x plus 15 is equal to 9. I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. So I have 3x. Those will cancel. And 9 minus 15 is negative 6. Divide both by 3. So x is equal to negative 2. And with rational functions, you always need to make sure that this x equals negative 2 is not one of your excluded values. So it's not one of our excluded values. And you can also check your work to see if that makes sense. So if we were going to check, we have 3 over negative 2 plus 1 is equal to 9 over 4 times negative 2 plus 5. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, so that's negative 3. And then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 5 is a negative 3. So then we have 9 over negative 3, which is negative 3. So that works out. Let's do another one. Actually, when I move to the next slide, I'd like for you to go ahead and pause it. Take an opportunity to work the problem on your own, and then come back so that we can work it together. So here's our next problem. Hopefully you have already worked it out. So let's go ahead and do it together. So I'm going to multiply 2x plus 5 times x, and I'm going to multiply 1 times x, 11x plus 8. And again, it doesn't matter which one you put first. It's just really your preference of what you want on one side of the equal sign versus the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to do x times 2x plus 5 is equal to 1 times 11x plus 8. So that is 2x squared plus 5x equals 11x plus 8. So since I have a squared, then I need to make it equal to 0. So that's going to be 2x squared minus 6x minus 8 is equal to 0. because what I did was I subtracted 11x here, subtracted 11x here. So negative 11x plus 5x is negative 6x. So that's where I got that from. Okay. So then now I notice that this is factorable by 2. So I'm going to factor out of 2. I have x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. And I'm going to go ahead and carry that up here. All right. And so now I'll put that in the wrong place. So that goes there. All right. So now I need to factor here. So I need to know what multiplies to give me negative 4 and adds to give me negative 3. Well, I know 4 and 1 will give me a positive 4. But if the 4 is negative, that's going to give me a negative 3. So I have 2 times x minus 4. X plus 1 is equal to 0. So then zero products property says x minus 4 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. So x is equal to 4 and x is equal to negative 1. So then again, I want to make sure that neither one of these are my excluded values. So I'm good with that. And then I'm going to check. So I have 1 over 2 times 4 plus 5 is equal to 4 over 11 times 4 plus 8. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. So I have 1 over 13 is equal to 11 times 4 is 44. 44 plus 8 is 52. So 4 over 52 can be reduced. 4 goes into 4 one time. And 4 goes into 5 one time. And then 4 goes into 12 3 times. So that works out. And then let's check negative 1. So I have 1 over 2 times negative 1 plus 5 is equal to negative 1 over 11 times negative 1 plus 8. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Then I have negative 1 over here. And then I have 11 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 11. And negative 11 plus 3 is negative 3. And if you notice, a negative divided by a negative is positive. So that's really 1 over 3. What kind of writing am I doing? So then that is 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 3. So that works out as well. So another method for